Take a moment to observe your hands. These hands have made mistakes. They have trembled, they have failed, and yet they are the most powerful tools of creation you possess. If you are ready to stop punishing yourself for being human, then stay with me until the very last word of this journey. We live in a world that is obsessed with the polished surface. We see the filtered photos, the curated career milestones, and the relentless drive for a version of well-being that looks like a straight line pointing upward. But I am here to tell you that well-being is not a state of perfection. It is not the absence of struggle or the elimination of flaws. Well-being is balance. It is the art of standing in the middle of a storm and knowing how to shift your weight so you don't fall. It's almost get mad to be caught up in the crowd, enraptured and captivated by the perversion of the moment, and simply observe, not judge, not get involved, and find clarity of soul. It is the quiet understanding that your value is not tied to your productivity or your ability to never make a mistake. We are taught to be our own harshest critics, but we are never taught how to be our own sanctuary. We treat our lives like a performance for an audience that isn't even watching, forgetting that the only person who truly has to live with your choices is you. The biggest mistake we ever make with ourselves is reinforcing that internal demand to be okay all the time. We tell ourselves that we must be the perfect parent, the perfect employee, the perfect friend and the perfect partner, all while maintaining a perfect body and a perfect mind. This demand is a cage. It is an impossible standard that ignores the very biology of our existence. When we demand perfection, we are essentially telling our souls that they are not allowed to be human. We are creating a mental environment where a single slip-up feels like a moral failing. Think about the executive who has spent 20 years climbing the ladder without a single blemish on their record, only to have a minor project fail. Because they demanded perfection of themselves, that one failure doesn't just feel like a setback, it feels like the end of their identity. They spiral into depression not because the mistake was fatal, but because their internal demand for perfection was shattered. We must break this cycle. We must realize that the need to do everything right is actually a barrier to genuine growth. True maturity is not the absence of errors, but the grace with which we handle them. To err is human. It is the most fundamental truth of our species. Every great discovery, every masterpiece, and every technological leap forward was preceded by a mountain of errors. Thomas Edison didn't just stumble upon the light bulb, he failed 1,000 times. But he didn't view those as failures of his character. He viewed them as the natural process of learning. Think of the infant learning to walk. They fall 100 times, yet we never look at them and say they are a failure. We celebrate the attempt. Somewhere along the line, we lost that kindness for ourselves. When we accept that we will make mistakes, we take the power away from the mistake itself. We stop being afraid of the dark because we know we have the capacity to strike a match. However, there is a distinction we must make. To err is human, but to remain in error is not. This is where the work begins. Remaining in error is the result of ego, the refusal to admit we were wrong because we fear it makes us look weak. But true strength is found in the pivot. Imagine a captain of a ship who realizes they are 10 degrees off course. If they refuse to acknowledge the error because they want to appear perfect, they will eventually end up on the rocks. But if they see the error, acknowledge it, and turn the wheel, they reach the harbor. This is the essence of balance. It is the difference between a tree that bends in the wind and one that snaps because it is too rigid to move. The process of acknowledgement is where the healing starts. To look at a mistake, whether it was a harsh word spoken to a loved one, a poor financial decision, or a missed opportunity, and say, "I did this, and it was wrong," is an act of supreme courage. It strips away the armor of the ego. It allows us to be seen in our vulnerability, and in that vulnerability, we find peace. Acknowledge the error without the heavy weight of self-flagellation. You are not your mistake, you are the person who survived it. This acknowledgement is the first step toward reclaiming your narrative. You are no longer a victim of your past, but the architect of your future. Then comes the act of making amends. This is the practical application of our humanity. If you broke a bridge, you must do the work to repair it. If you hurt someone, you must offer a sincere apology that doesn't include the word "but." Amends are not just for the other person, they are for you. They are the physical manifestation of your growth. When you make amends, you are telling the universe that you are a person of integrity. You are taking responsibility for your footprint on this earth. It is an act of cleaning the glass through which you view the world, allowing you to see clearly again without the fog of guilt clouding your vision. The most vital step is the commitment not to repeat the mistake. This is not about being perfect from that day forward. It is about learning the lesson so deeply that the old pattern no longer fits who you are. If you made a mistake out of anger, you learn the tools of patience. If you made a mistake out of greed, you practice the art of generosity. This movement, the act of moving on, brings an enormous peace of mind. It is the feeling of a heavy backpack being taken off your shoulders. You are no longer carrying the ghost of who you were yesterday. You are walking freely as the person you are today. This forward motion is the evidence of life itself. Consider the forest. A forest is not perfect. There are fallen trees, decaying leaves, and areas where the sun doesn't reach. But the forest is in balance. The decay feeds the new growth. The fallen tree becomes a home for 1,000 different life forms. Your mistakes are the fallen trees of your life. They are not signs of a dying forest. They are the nutrients for your future wisdom. Without the fallen leaves of autumn, there would be no fertile soil for the blossoms of spring. Your life requires the cycle of ending and beginning, of failing and rising. So let go of the need to be right. Embrace the messy, beautiful reality of being a person who is trying, failing, learning, and growing. Balance is found in the space between the ideal you and the real you. It is found in the grace you extend to yourself when things go wrong. It is the quiet voice at the end of a hard day that says, "I will try again tomorrow." As you move forward from this moment, remember that your life is a masterpiece in progress, and every smudge, every corrected line, and every changed color is what makes the final image worth looking at. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to be wrong. You are allowed to start over. Peace is not a destination where everything is settled. Peace is the quiet confidence that no matter how many times you trip, you have the heart to get back up, dust yourself off, and keep walking. Do not let the fear of making a mistake keep you from making anything at all. In the end, it is not the people who never failed who changed the world, but those who failed looked the failure in the eye and chose to be better because of it. Your scars are not flaws. They are the maps of your victories. They are the proof that you were in the arena, that you dared to live, and that you had the strength to heal. Walk in balance, live in truth, and be kind to the human being staring back at you in the mirror. If you love this story and want to hear more like it, please hit that subscribe button. It truly means the world to us and helps us grow. And hey, while you're at it, let's aim for 50 likes on this video. Help us smash that goal.